fans. It's unlike any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run on first down. Corbin, he'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. He pitches it. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Jackson from the shotgun. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Off-play action. Love. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing. Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. This time, Jackson will throw it. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards that time. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Looking to throw. Love. Over the middle, it's complete. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Back to throw. Love. He is going to find Hill here. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. In for the score. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Push him back. Push him back.
Here's Jackson to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Extra point now by Boswell. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around? The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And shedding his way forward. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They run the counter. It's Gibson. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Jalen Ferguson drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Well, every now and then you just absolutely outguess yourself. 3rd and inches, and they decide not to run the ball, you end up seeing the end result.
The end result was not good. They elect to pass, and it backfires. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing is Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. These two teams all tied after one. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Looking to throw. Love. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
2nd and 3. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Yeah, that was the safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run the counter. Corbin. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. And, man, Charles, talking about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. Right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. It's caught at the 10. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 43 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw. Love toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Just like that.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Out to his left. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Boswell's kick is good. And that'll bring them back within 4. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
And for the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Yo, 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 yo. Yo.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. White now to return. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
To throw again. Love. Got an open man. It's Washington. That one good for 26 and a first down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they've put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Flush to his right, and he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Looking to throw. Love. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go, boys. At their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Throwing after the interception. Love. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. This is brought in by Gibson. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh 1st. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that?
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That one caught by Gibson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, 1st and goal.
Here we go. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
They'll run with White. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's 2nd and 8. Flushed out right. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Now it's Jackson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On 1st down, Love. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The result, a 1st down as the quick slant gets him 14. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Love. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to regain the lead.
Well, that's what you want to see from your quarterback when it's a goal line situation. A guy who's not afraid to tuck the ball, give his body up, and get into the end zone. That ought to inspire his entire team.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and they will take a 7-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. T.J. Watt in on the tackle. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. Back now in Pittsburgh, it's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 22. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a one-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try and make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
Off the play fake. Love. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
On second down, it's Gibson. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Looking to throw. Love eluding the pressure right. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Love. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. From the gun, Love. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
At the 14-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Corbin. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. And my goodness, another interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, if this defense can hold him to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. This started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to hold that one in.
Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And they work this well upfield across the 45. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Yeah, that's right. Get off the train tracks, baby. Get off the train tracks.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Love. Complete to Washington. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
50's the mic. Coming to you.
Looking to throw. Love. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Take it at the 37. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
Well, to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with it.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man on the right sideline. It's McKenzie. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's good for 28 yards.
Check. Watch 54.
Now Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. Back to throw. They set up the screen to Hill. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. We've seen some big kicks in the NFL the last few years, and that one might just rank right up there.
And you know, you can hear the crowd react, right? But I was focused in on the sideline and watched them absolutely erupt. I don't know how many of them thought that he was actually going to make that kick, but how about how they felt when the ball went over the post?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. First throw in overtime now for Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he's trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll keep it on the ground. Corbin. And some room to work. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
Well, that's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit, because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 24-yard line.
Now a first throw here in overtime. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Come on. 54. Mike 54.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
These type of plays are backbreakers for our defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Corbin trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense.